Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Ooh, a biohazard like that can make you real sick. There's a lot on the line here. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the war. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes it carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will... Gizmo understands you still have strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control. You've witnessed firsthand what it'll lead to.
Oh, the light just... it hurts your eyes, am I right?
Life in the shade is cold.
It's the perfect thing when the world's heating up.
So you're agreeing that the dark is nothing more than shade?
Look, I'm great at throwing shade and you're only good for catching it.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the... Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both. Sad to see the Tree of Life is going to die and take everything with it, but it's not like he didn't expect it. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Jagni. They always hunker down in their homes, gathering their things around them. Says things are important, but life's maybe a lot more so. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination. This would make anyone woozy. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. Watch your balance. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. Something he devised to salvage valuables from the ground. There are usually spots hidden beneath puddles of oily goo where you can use the net. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into... Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. Such a bright day to wander around in. The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. That over there is Steepo Deepo, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Botse. Inmo. Diava.
Let's see.
Intabadam farosudo will sila bug.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Ja,
Says he's a monster haunter, the best you'll ever see.
ja.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Intabadaj. Uvuksu iskualea. Yoshkaba.
Out there with the monsters, it's kill or be killed. Which will it be for you?
Como uno salafit.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Baran udinamama. Vaksan mar malva cherry.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Daremaya.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Tudu baba.
Worries that when the world dies, there won't be any monsters left. What will he shoot then?
Eskayamako. Sarevanyat zab.
Gets why you're thinning the herd so hard, but he wishes you'd leave some monsters for everybody else.
Lech eskayamako.
Approves of you working with the Jagni. They have the hunting spirits of a flock of hawks.
Shon eskayamako.
Mostly they don't actually haunt. They just help spot monsters for him.
Wa.
But enough of that, right?
Jira vabasko. Wa. Kalba.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Isko.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Zeni nenafternen kidlo. Why ad foodlea higher?
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Silogo partinea falish.
Says as big as they are, the world is bigger. To find where they are, you need to see where they've been.
Hose eskuku Johanna.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Goga.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Zien Khalifav Cairo. Mich.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Thinks you have bigger issues than your so-called haunting skills if you're going to nitpick on his grammar.
Und Lumfaub so.
Feel like a landed fish? You sound like one. Stompity stomp. Wait, it's the script hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Get on. Nice handling. Bolted shut. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. What to do with this critter? Just what you were looking for. Stuck with you now. Use a hero. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. A double-edged sword. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. He asks you to not even think about taking on the Jumbo Puff on foot. You'll need the Mekton to do the job. Take his word for it. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He got the idea to build the Mekton when he found a big crate containing the metal frame for something Toxanol had named an exoskeleton. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You need to help Gizmo defeat the Jumbo Puff before it destroys the West Route. Says you should team up and take over the world, or understands you have things to do. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Figures you like to skulk around at night. punch crunch. Toughened up. Jumbo Puff is kicking it up a notch. It's time for an electric performance. A bad feeling about this. It goes all the way down to the stomach. Start like a snack, and you'll end up with a ride down the intestinal canal. That's too clever. Better pumped out than flushed down. Don't let it happen again. sized wormwind. That must be as big as they come. See, the Taurus is pumping at half a beat. You know what to do. Guessed it would go down with a throw-up. Could it really get any better than that? He thanks you for dealing with another World Eater. You're halfway there. He's got word out of date spotted Lupin and has a feeling your time has come. He hopes you're up for it. This is your moment. The time has come for you to face the past and make the Predator pay for what he did. Just head back to the foot of the tree. Fingers crossed Lupin will stay put until you're there.